Look at the lineups. We start off with the Super Reds, and this is probably their strongest side. Park Han-seok also recalled after the midweek victory for
from behind, and they're delivering him good balls for him to
these
finish
players. Cheryl in goal, Hafiz Bennett, Kenji Ara and Shaifa. Questions very definitely being asked of the defending champions and the league leaders. Kwang Jin, Choi Dong-soo, one-on-one. Choi, 1-0. It's been put in by Seo Jong. And you've got to say, Amos, it has been coming.
It has been coming. There's one of those balls would have been onside, and that was what Choi did. Broke the line, went down, unselfish play. Great ball over.
Choi, so unselfish. The support was there.
And we were talking about Daniel Bennett and Kenji Arai being the two most experienced players, and they were caught flat.
Well, complaints from Cheryl Jansen. He was looking for an offside flag. This is probably the angle that will show us whether or not it was Choi onside. It's not that pass Cheryl's complaining about, it's that one. And it's perfectly all right.
Yes. Great goal, great unselfish play, great teamwork. Doesn't matter who scores, we're in the lead. That's what the coach.
Choi Dong-soo for 2. It's the ball over the top again. The quick free kick. Choi reacts quick as the ball. And the Super Reds have a 2-goal lead against 10-man Singapore Armed Forces.
Well, those balls were coming all night. All night, and there was bound to be a couple which they're going to get. And that was Choi being brave, putting his head there, and rewarded with a great goal. 2-0 Super Reds.
It's another of those balls that has a little bit of backspin, makes it, well, it's right in no man's land. Difficult for the keeper to make up his mind.
Well, also he didn't have help from Hafizo on the right flank. Could have checked the man and made it difficult for Choi to make that run.
But in the end, it's the Super Reds with a very comprehensive victory, it must be said, by 2-0 against the league leaders. Seo Jong scoring the first on 28 minutes. Choi Dong-soo scoring his 7th of the season. That came just before the hour. The red card for John Wilkinson had its part to play, but it was the performance, Amos Boone, of the Super Reds that was fully deserving all 3 points.
Well, it was a great game by the Super Reds. I think they actually deserved the win. They proved today that they were the hungrier team. They wanted their 3 points to climb up the ladder. And well, the SAF Warriors, I think Richard Bog and his band.
Let's have a look at that hunger now. These are the best of the highlights of the game. It's a match that's reopened the league title race, and this was the first goal. Unselfish play from Choi Dong-soo.
That's right. Great team play that. Knew where his teammate was. Just knocked the ball in. Thank you very much. We're 1-0 up.
Seo Jong scoring his second, and Seo will actually be the RHB Bank man of the match. That coming just before the half hour. 1-0 it was at half time. This was the second. Stooping to conquer, Choi Dong-soo.
Oh, some great ball in there, but I think a miscommunication between Sharil and Hafizo.
Choi Dong-soo enjoying the moment. The pass was sent in by Yu Hyung-koo, who was one of the nominees for the man of the match. We'll have the actual presentation in a few moments. The Armed Forces restricted to very little. Alexander Joric working very hard for not much.
Yeah, Alex was working alone most of the time, and kudos to him, he tried his best.
There was a red card for John Wilkinson at half-time, which really gave the numerical advantage to the Super Reds, and it might have been more than 2. Sue denied by Cheryl Jansen.
That's right, that's one of his many saves today that actually kept the scoreline down.
Another effort coming in here from the impressive Yu Hyung-koo. Again, Cheryl's goalkeeping safe.
Well, that would have kept his fine performance if he had scored.
He was substituted near the end, but 2-0, 14 shots to 7, and the possession stat at the bottom, 61% to 39, shows the absolute dominance of the Super Reds. They had a game plan and they executed it to perfection. and Seo Soo Jong wins the RHB Bank Man of the Match. It could be one of several players.
Exactly. I think, well, like I said, kudos to him. I think he made that run and caused that first goal as well. Without that run, he would have scored.
The Super Reds move up to 5th place in the table on 29 points. The Armed Forces are still top. They're still 7 points clear. But there's a chink in the armour, I tell you, and Tampines Rovers will be champing at the bit. This league title race has been reignited by the final score from Jalan Besar of Super Reds FC 2, Singapore Armed Forces 0 from Amos Boone and Des Kokil. Good night.